It doesn't matter how good or bad the season has been. When you play this game, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Bama wins on what will be a most emotional night in Crimson Tide football history.
Now cuts in. He scores!
Tillman on the end around. He's in! Touchdown, Auburn!
Second-ranked Alabama against 11th-ranked Auburn. In Auburn for the first time ever.
Give the ball up and over and in. Van Tippin has won the ball game.
Play action fake, rolling right to throw to Church. Touchdown!
Here's a good snap. It is gone! It's gone on the run!
No, returned by Chris Davis. Davis gets a block. Chris Davis, an answered prayer. We welcome all of you to the Home Depot SEC on CBS. This afternoon is the 81st edition of the Iron Bowl. Auburn comes to Tuscaloosa to take on the Crimson Tide of Alabama. This game gets folks in this state stirred up. And us as well. Hi, everybody. Vern Lundquist, along with Gary Danielson. Well, this is rivalry week across the country, and I think Gary and I have seen most of the rivalries or have been a part of them. But, Gary, in my view, nothing in college football equates the passion that people have for this one.
Or the excellence, Vern. I mean, the last 7 years, the winner of this game has been in the playoffs. 5 times they've won the national championship. And I think that today, for both teams, the fact that Alabama's already got a clinch to go play in the SEC championship, the fact they get to play Auburn has a little bit of a downer because they're not going to make it, but they get to knock off Alabama. That'll be an interesting game.
Well, I think at this point, without question, Alabama is the #1 team in the country. How have they established their excellence this year?
You know, Vern, it's like picking a card out of a deck. I mean, there's so many great players. You don't know where to start. But the question mark at the beginning of the year has proven to be the strength at the end of the year. Jalen Hurts has become the leader and the center of this football team. He gives them everything they want. It's almost amazing that a true freshman football player comes to be the quarterback for a defending national champion. But Jalen Hurts has showed it all, as you can see, as the new quarterback and leader of this football team.
Well, we saw Auburn and Georgia a couple of weeks ago. They lost at Georgia. That knocked them out of the championship aspirations. And there have been questions about their quarterback for this game. Jeremy Johnson is going to be the starter.
Jeremy Johnson started this game a year ago. He's been through a lot of tough. He was supposed to be the guy a year ago. There was even mentions that he could be the best quarterback in this conference. I believe today he's looking for redemption. He could be the guy to finish off his career with a win. But you know he's going to need help, and I think the help has to come right up the middle from Auburn. Montravius Adams and Cameron Petway are the two guys. Petway, if healthy, will give them that power. But Montravius Adams playing in the middle of that Auburn defense, maybe the best defense that Alabama has faced all years, must make plays like this. If he can discombobulate that offensive line, that's Auburn's best chance.
I might throw that word back at you. Discombobulate. Wow. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by DirecTV, Ford, Light. And by Chick-fil-A.
Now it's kicking in. Pure adrenaline. No one's ever
15, 10, touchdown!
Tide and Tigers fight for Rainbow bragging rights.
Jalen Hurts breaks away. Statement time for Alabama.
It's the Tigers versus the Tide. This is the Iron Bowl on CBS.
Pure adrenaline.
81 times they have met or will have met by the time this one is put away. Alabama and Auburn. For more on this rivalry, here's Allie LaForce.
Vernon, Gary, this is a rivalry game that not only divides the state of Alabama, it also divides some families. Auburn star kicker Daniel Carlson grew up in a family of die-hard Alabama fans and alum. His grandparents and his parents all graduated from Alabama. They even named their family dog Bama. But when Bama didn't offer him a scholarship, he signed with Auburn in 2012. It created such a divide in the family that his grandfather, Deacon Jones, refused to ever watch him play at Auburn until this season during the Vanderbilt game. Well, before today's game, there was 3 generations of their family down on the field. Now, keep in mind, his parents will be sitting in the Auburn family section, but his grandparents, decked out in Alabama gear, will be sitting in the A Club. And what makes this better and with the family before the game was his little brother Anders, who is already committed to kick for Auburn next season. Makes it very interesting. It's going to be fun to see how that family interacts after this game.
Indeed, Allie. They are from Colorado Springs, the parents, and Anders and Daniel. Now, if you want to have a perfect Thanksgiving afternoon for a football game, welcome to T-Town. 60 degrees, winds northwest, 5 to 10 miles per hour. Absolutely perfect. Alabama leads the series, the first meeting back in 1893. The winner of the last 7, as Gary mentioned, went on to play a national title or college football playoff. There was a cessation of hostilities for 48 years, had to do with payment of players back in the early 1900s. Ardarius Stewart is deep. Daniel Carlson will kick off. Gary Dieter and Ardarius Stewart. Auburn won the toss. They deferred until the second half, and this one is underway. Gary Dieter at the goal line. Looks for a block from Stewart, gets a little bit of one, and Dieter, graduate transfer out of Bowling Green, gets it back to the 25. Marshall Taylor, number 26, made the tackle. Well, welcome to the Chick-fil-A starting lineups. And Gary, you mentioned in the opening Jalen Hurts.
Well, all the way through the fall, there were whispers that he could emerge as the starter. I guess he did.
He has just had a brilliant freshman season out of Channelview High School, where he played for his father. Channelview, a suburb of the Houston area. First down 10. Out of the spread. Damian Harris is the starting running back. Here's Hurts. Got him. It's Gary Dieter. Mentioned he is a transfer from Bowling Green, where he caught 94 last year.
Well, that was a nice window, and you can see that that ball was put exactly into it, catches it, gets in rhythm, and establishing the quarterback on the first play of the game. How about that?
Empty backfield, 4 bunched to the right side. Hurts goes left. Good defense. Offensively for the Alabama Crimson Tide, up front, Corin Curvin gets a start at right guard. He is the 5th starter at that position so far this year. This is his 2nd start, and he'll spend much of his day battling number 1, Montravius Adams. Up the middle, Harris. Defensively for Auburn, they have an excellent front 4. Lawson, Russell, there's Adams. And Jonathan Rudy Ford, a senior at the nickel last week, actually ran a few plays and caught a pass. 3rd down 4. O.J. Howard joins Calvin Ridley to the left side. Full-man rush. In and out of the hands of Ardarius Stewart. 4th down, punt it.
Had him, and it was a catchable ball. Spread out the Auburn defense, slant, and one of their go-to guys. When you talk to the Auburn staff, they said it's not real hard. Auburn runs the ball up the middle. They run with their quarterback wide, and they throw it to number 3 and 13. That's how they do it. Here's the junior J.K. Scott. His average punt per game, or per punt rather, 48.5. He's out of Denver, Colorado. Stephen Roberts is deep. Got it. He's loose. One man to beat, it's Scott. And Scott does knock him out of bounds, but a special play from the special teams. What sticks out, it was a poor punt, but he attacked the catch. Watch him aggressively go after it. He's at top speed. Once he breaks the initial, we all thought up here he would score, but shoved out just in time. That's a 36-yard punt. Did he step out earlier? Let's see. They marked it at the 21. Well, something's up. I think he stepped out at the 21. Okay. Roberts' previous long punt return, 16 yards. There it is. Right there. Right at the push, 21-yard line. Yep. Jeremy Johnson is the quarterback, senior. Throws it, incomplete. And the Chick-fil-A starting lineups for Auburn. The senior, Johnson, at quarterback, Gary. Well, for one play at least. Yes. It does look like Jeremy Johnson got the start. It was announced early, but it must have been part of the mirage that Gus was playing with, because this seems like a plan. Wildcat Chandler already. Cox, yes. There's the toss. John Franklin, who is listed as the second-team quarterback, and Jonathan Allen makes the tackle. Well, you know what happened to Alabama here? They just said, we don't care who you give it to. If you can't block us, we don't care who you put back there. Another wholesale change, and it looks like Jeremy Johnson's coming back in. Gus Malzahn is trying to pull out everything. Little trickeration here at the opening of the game. Jeremy Johnson back in at the quarterback slot. 5 wides. Direct snap. Johnson with time. Drills it. No catch. Incomplete. Intended for Tony Stevens. And Hootie Jones did a great job here from his safety position. He read the eyes of Jeremy Johnson. Watch him close on the square in route. Playing combo, he beats the ball to the receiver and dislodges it. That is great combo defense. And that will bring on Daniel Carlson. He's 22 of 25 for the year. This is from 42 yards out for an early Auburn lead. Kick on the way, and got it. Well, Grandpa calls him turncoat just for that reason. Daniel Carlson puts him up 3-0. Auburn was wishing it was more. Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Auburn, Alabama, or your favorite team. From signing day to game day, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today. A
59-yard punt return set up the 42-yard field goal. Daniel Carlson. And he is a finalist for the nation's top kicker award. Zane Gonzalez out of Arizona State.
You handle the last one too, okay?
Thank you very much.
Go for it. It's because it's your final year. You can have those all the time.
I'm on a roll now, huh? You are so helpful. Darius Stewart and Gary Dieter are beat back, and Carlson will kick off. The last was returned. This one won't be. Kaboom! And now time for the Home Depot Tools for Success.
Well, I said during the game that Dave Aranda, the defensive coordinator for LSU, might have given a game plan to the rest of the league of pinning in Jalen Hurts, controlling the edges. Whether you come from the defensive end or the slot, that is the game plan. When you talk to the Auburn defensive coordinator, Kevin Steele, he said, you must defend from outside in and then depend on your defensive tackles to win. There's Kevin Steele, was here for a couple years. He knows Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban intimately.
Kevin Steele is the son of a high school coach. All 5 high schools within a 60-mile radius of Tuscaloosa. Out into the flat. Trayvon Diggs. He's a freshman. Stephen Roberts. Kevin Steele, defensive coordinator here. Then moved on to LSU. But look at the spots he's filled with Nick Saban.
Yes. And he, he said, I talked to him on the phone, that you must get some tackles for losses.
That's Damian Harris. He doesn't get much there. There's a flag. John McDade.
Wiggle formation. Number 74 offense, left tackles, not on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty, second down.
The tackle must get his helmet to the hips of the center. You can see how deep Cam Robinson was on that. Good call.
So that cost the Crimson Tide 5. Derek Gore is a running back. Seldom used. He's really the 5th string running back. And that one didn't work.
He was actually out in the formation on the 3rd down pass previously. He split wide on that. We have not seen Gore in our games one time. So he split wide and was a decoy, and here he took the fake. And the decoy. Again, defending from outside in is the game plan.
Javaris Davis, number 31, made that tackle. He is on in place of Joshua Holsey, number 15. It's 3rd down and 12. Look at this. Look at this. Boy, he can hurt you so many ways. One of them, obviously, with his feet.
Well, it's a little bit of a double-edged sword for Auburn. They know in passing situations, Carl Lawson in the pass rush has to become a factor. But when you do that, if you run by the quarterback, he's so skilled.
Here's our Darius Stewart out on the right side. And that's a quick hitch out near the 50.
Well, Montravius Adams will demand a lot of attention. It's not just me that knows he's good. He's going to catch double teams from Alabama. They watch the tapes too, and probably a little longer than I did.
That was Lester Cotton and Corin Kervin who collaborate on the stop of Montravius Adams. Well, it worked last time. Let's try it again. Not as much this time, but they do get a first down. Stewart, who did not play last week for one of those ubiquitous violation of team rules.
Oh my gosh, who did they play, like Georgia or somebody like that?
Well, no, it wasn't.
It wasn't, yes, okay. It's easier to punish when those games you know you're going to win against Chattanooga. I'm just saying.
I understand. This last week before rivalry week is known throughout the league as Cupcake Week. Well, there's a easy for me to say, Damian Harris.
You know, going back to Montravius Adams just for a minute longer, even though he gets the double teams, he has to be disciplined to know when he's getting double teamed, someone else won't be and be available. You have to continue to hustle through the double team.
Bradley Bozeman, the center, handed off to Stewart, sprints through and tackled inside the 30.
The little flip forward, fit the blocks, and get around the edge. Good block by O.J. Howard. You know, we mentioned a lot of players and weapons for Alabama. We haven't mentioned O.J. Howard, and he's always a weapon in big games. Oh, it hit him.
Fumble.
The snap hit him as he went by.
Yep. The timing on that is so critical.
Yeah. Calvin Ridley had the ball hit him in his hip as he went by, and almost disaster. I think it was a play early in the season when the backups were in that the ball hit one of the receivers, either Ridley or Stewart or a backup receiver, and that's when Nick Saban had his tirade against Lane Kiffin. You probably can say it. I can't say it, what it was that day. Nothing can happen to you.
Oh, goodness, Cam Sims. Oh, dear. Is that going to be the no flag so far? Jonathan Rudy Ford, number 23.
It looked like he was out of bounds, and then it looked like it might have been the face mask. It was neither. Good no call. The initial contact was when he was on the field, and I think that's a great no call by the officials there.
Third down 4.
See, the substitution by Alabama allows Auburn the opportunity to substitute.
Whistle. This is no free play. The whistle. I see Lane Kiffin down at the 23.
Offside. Number 1. Contacted in neutral zone prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Well, Lane Kiffin knows that Montravius Adams has to be the middle of the game plan with that offensive line. He gets off the ball quick, but once the contact is made, there's no free play in this situation. When you hit the opposing player, you can't get the free play. It's whistled dead right there.
Yardage enough for the first down. The ball at the 17, Alabama trailing 3-0. Inside shovel. O.J. Howard.
He always is. These big games, national championship games, that's the play he scored on. A shovel pass just like that. Put him in the H position, come across, and one of maybe the best athletic tight ends in all of college football gets a little taste of the football.
That play traced back to Utah in the 50s, called the Utah pass. Oh, boy.
Tackles for loss. Hang in there. If you're a defense playing for Auburn, you know they're going to hit a couple of them. This time, Jonathan Ford off the edge, plays it safe, plays the quarterback. I think if you're coming off the edge like we saw in the LSU game, you have to think quarterback number 1 and then go to the ball carrier.
Now let's take a look at Auburn's red zone defense. Third in the NCAA. 11 touchdowns on 33 trips. They are outstanding. The Verizon red zone defensive numbers. 3rd and 7.
Definitely man-to-man at the bottom. It looks like they're going to come after him with the bare front. Yep.
Quick flip. Boy, what a secure tackle on Damian Harris. Javaris Davis, a backup. He's a redshirt freshman.
Well, he does a nice job in turning over his receiver. When his receiver goes inside, He takes the next guy coming out, and that is a heads-up play and a better tackle.
And here's the reason Daniel Carlson was not offered an Alabama scholarship. It had been given to Adam Griffith, who is a redshirt senior, 14 of 20 this year. This is for 29 yards out and a tie game.
So both defenses get a stop in the red zone.
Yeah. 5:40 to go, first quarter. Auburn 3. Alabama 3. Doubleheader tomorrow, the NFL on CBS. League game early, Cincinnati at Baltimore. Got a nice note earlier today from Tracy Wolfson. She and Jim and Phil will be in Oakland, where they will take on Cam Newton, Auburn grad. And it all begins with JB and the quartet. The NFL Today presented by Southwest Airlines.
Stephen Roberts, number 14, thought this kick was not good. Watch him signal no good. He did not have a great angle of it because we took a second look at it, and it was good. Close, but good. And remember, when it's over the goalpost, the top of the goalpost, it is not reviewable. It has to be below the goalpost to be reviewable.
Here's Adam Griffith's kick, returned by Jason Smith. Across the 20 and out of bounds. And let's continue with the introduction of the Auburn offense. Kozan. Chandler Cox was a question mark most of the week. Important cog for this offense, and he is back. And we do expect to see Cam Petway. He's not 100%. He's missed the last 2 games, but he is on the field now. And he changes the nature if he's effective.
Right, I don't see how they can win without Petway being effective, giving some inside run for Auburn.
There's the run. Nope, I beg your pardon.
So hard to get wide on Alabama. Unless you establish the inside running game, it's really tough to get wide.
Defensively, saw Marlon Humphrey there, number 26. Allen Payne, Tomlinson, Anderson, Jonathan Allen. I think almost a cinch first-team All-American this year. The senior is having a brilliant, brilliant year.
Yeah, and he's going to be cashing a big check pretty soon, too.
John Franklin is now in at quarterback, number 5. 1 start this year. And off on the left side.
Well, the pride of this Auburn offense is the physical play of their offensive line. But you can see so far in this game, they cannot budge that Bama defensive line.
Now Jeremy Johnson back in. Had such high hopes when he opened the season a year ago as the starter, but 6 interceptions in the first 2 games. He was demoted and replaced by Sean White. White has a shoulder injury and did not start
this would be conservative. I can't imagine they're going to let him make a mistake at this side of the field. Yeah, wow. His problem last year was he threw balls late. He did not anticipate throws well. He allowed the defenders to get into the play, and look how long he holds it again. And he's lucky that time that Hootie Jones didn't get a pick there. You know, that's one of the deadly sins for a quarterback. If you can't anticipate a throw and throw it just before the receiver gets open, you're very unlikely to get him.
We're 2/3 of the way through the first quarter. 3-3 here. Auburn used a 59-yard punt return to set up a 42-yard field goal. They took a 3-0 lead. And then Alabama just came back with the counter. And here is Trayvon Diggs, the freshman, tripped up. 39-yard punt, 8 on the return. 4:17 to go. First quarter of play.
Adam Zucker Parker in New York with this Advocare update. Ohio State and Michigan. The game went to overtime for the first time ever and in double overtime. After a narrow 4th and 1 conversion, Curtis Samuel wins it for the Buckeyes after Michigan had gotten a field goal. They need Penn State to lose to Michigan State in the Big Ten title game. Penn State reacting to the Ohio State win as they trail 3-0. Vernon Gary, back to you.
All right, Adam, nothing like it on rivalry weekend, is there? How about that? And as you see, if Penn State were to lose to Michigan State, the Buckeyes.
Well, you can tell this Alabama crowd here couldn't care less. They think their team's in. Used to be we'd get a score like that and a big crowd reaction. Not today.
That's right. Jalen Hurts, 3-3 game. Joshua Jacobs is the running back on this effort. He heads left.
Great defensive catch.
Stewart. Yep. And Javaris Davis, another tackle.
There's no doubt that Alabama has the top defense in maybe not just the SEC, obviously that, maybe obviously in the country. But this Auburn defense, don't go to sleep on them. They're at least tied for second as the second best defense in the SEC. LSU can have an argument, but Auburn is really strong. Got 87 tweets already from
on the field in
Florida.
the previous play is the runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose. This play is now under video review.
Said Vern, we've already heard like from 85 people from Florida saying their defense is right there too. I'd have to concede that.
Okay.
3 tied for second. Did the ball come out?
Possible.
No.
Al Ford is our replay official. Play under review. We'll take a break. Three game, and while we were away, the original call on the field was confirmed. So it's second down and 11 or 12, depending on how they rule this. But here it is Stewart. There's the contact with the ground, and Alabama retains possession. 3:46 to go, first quarter.
And another negative play for the Auburn defense. Exactly what Kevin Steele, Gus Malzahn was hoping for early in the game.
Joshua Jacobs remains at the running back position. Hurts goes deep, got a man wide open. Darius Stewart stumbles, stays up, and surges forward to the 16-yard line.
For a wide receiver, there's 2 ways to get open. You can get open early at the line of scrimmage, or you can get open late down the field. This is a get open late play. They get in tandem, break out to the outside, and really give that defense problems.
First down after a 40-yard gain. That's Peter. Hurts.
Too much time.
Damian Harris in for the touchdown. Alabama. Darius Stewart, number 13, when you watch the replay, had a terrific block.
Sure did, Vern. Good eye. Darius Stewart didn't get the ball, but he sprung Harris for the touchdown. And also give credit to that offensive line, because as I said, he's got way too much time.
The snappers Cole Mazza, Cooper Bateman will hold. And Adam Griffith, who has not missed an extra point this year, nails it.
Watch Jalen Hurts start to the left and go to the right with his eyes all the time in the world. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4. Boy, we don't even give that long on the playground for a guy to throw.
You took me back to my childhood. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Still works, doesn't it?
Sure does.
3 plays, 55 yards, 10-3. Quick strike for Alabama. Damian Harris with a block from Ardarius Stewart. And it is 10-3 Crimson Tide. That's right. And let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, I've been watching how Jeremy Johnson has been interacting with Sean White on the sidelines, and Sean is one of the first people that he talks to when he comes off the field. They've been communicating constantly throughout the course of this game so far. When I talked to Sean this week, he said, we root for each other. We have a genuine respect for one another. And just talking to other guys on the team, Rudy Ford told me it's been a really easy transition for this team going from Sean to Jeremy. They have all the faith in the world in him, and everybody is making this a full team effort down here on the sidelines.
Johnson gets the snap. Hands it off to Petway. Yeah, let's take a look at the 3 quarterbacks over the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, the problem with Sean White is even if he lobbied to get in the game, it'd be hard to trust him because he played that Georgia game, told the coaches he was fine, and he wasn't.
Loss on the play. Jonathan Allen made the tackle.
So he's rotating quarterbacks. He's trying to keep the Alabama defense a little off balance, but he's already had 2 3-and-outs, and he's got a 3rd and long again.
Remember this Auburn team in the second half at Georgia? 6 consecutive 3-and-outs.
Right, and they can't throw the ball late. That's been Jeremy's problem.
3rd and 7.
Look at the receivers at the bottom. They have to go look for the play themselves off the signs.
5 on the play clock. Stunts. Passes caught. Wow.
Now,
Eli Stove, number 12. No,
now I think they're going to call it incomplete.
Yep.
Minka Fitzpatrick, the guy who shifted into Eddie Jackson's spot, dislodges that ball with a clean hit. Watch him lead with the shoulder and dislodge the completion. That was a great throw by Jeremy Johnson, but that Alabama defense was up to the task.
Kevin Phillips on to punt. No first downs in the first quarter for Auburn. Trayvon Diggs at the Alabama 30. Bring it back.
Auburn is challenging the ruling of an incomplete pass in the field. The previous play is now under video review.
Well, Gus is not going to win this, but you can't blame him for trying. He's just searching for something to jumpstart his football team.
I don't think there's much of an argument.
No, but well, again, you know, I mean, you're looking for anything right now. You're playing multiple quarterbacks.
After video review, the ruling on the field of an incomplete pass is confirmed. 4th down. Auburn will be charged their first time out of the half.
Just a little point by Minka Fitzpatrick right there. Not only did he get the hit, but he also had the ability, and he kept his wits about him. He reaches out and actually pokes the ball at the end of that play.
So it's 4th down again. 4th and 7. And Trayvon Diggs at the 31-yard line. Low kick. Fumble. Diggs tries to, he gets a block. And there is no flag on that play. My goodness. Tony Brown delivered, as they say, a blow. No flag, clean block.
But I mean, it might be reviewed. This could be targeting a defenseless player. Watch this. He does hit the front of the player, but his helmet hits the helmet of the Auburn defender. That could be a targeting and should be reviewed. Defenseless player, peel back block, helmet to helmet. That's going to be very close, and I think Al Ford will take a look at it.
There's Tony Brown.
There's the whistle right now. Helmet to helmet blow, and that is going to be, I think, targeting. He's going to be out of the game.
The previous play is under video review.
So John McDade comes over. He'll get on the headset and communicate with Al Ford, our replay official.
There are 8 different categories to a defenseless player targeting call. The 5th is a blindside block. He's considered defenseless, and you cannot helmet-to-helmet contact. I think we're going to see Tony Brown removed from the game. There's number 5 right there, defenseless player who received a blindside block.
One more look.
You know, I've been for years trying to get that block outlawed from college football. I'm not on any committees, and apparently I have no say, but I think that you could make it a lot safer for the players to say, if you're going to block away from your own goal line, you have to turn your body and do like a hip check, like a hockey check in that situation.
Here's a call.
After video review, during the return, there's a personal foul targeting of number 2 of the receiving team. Forcible contact in the neck and head area of a defenseless player, a blindside block. Penalty's half the distance to the goal line, and number 2 is disqualified for the remainder of the game.
That's the call. It's the correct call. And that guy's wrong.
Yep.
Again, one of the most dangerous plays we have in football. And we do not want that. There's no need for it. You could turn your hip. You could shield the guy. You don't have to deliver that knockout blow.
Now think of the consequences here. Tony Brown is the nickelback.
Correct.
Minka Fitzpatrick was the nickelback.
Right.
He had to move over to strong safety.
Oh, my gosh.
Because Eddie Jackson is out for the season with a broken leg.
That means they're going to have to put in another 5-star guy. We'll find out who it is.
I get your point. I get your point. Not as serious as I thought.
Not like a lot of teams. You know, it's not going to be as good. I get it, but he's going to be pretty good.
The foul's at the 28, but the end of the kick is the 26. The penalty will take it half the distance to the 26. First down.
Well, 1-2 is gone. The other 2 is on the field. There's Tony Brown. Suspended at the start of the season, now suspended for the second half, the remainder of this game.
Well, Vern, you know, it was a funny line, but you are right. Tony Brown has become more important for this defense, and we will see if Auburn can take advantage of that ejection.
On first down, Darius Stewart across the 20. Nick Ruffin, number 19, with the stop.
Well, you know, you watch Jalen Hurts play right now, and I know he's probably not going to win the Heisman. I put probably in there, but who's really playing better quarterback than him right now? I mean, he is leading his team to a national championship possibility, and there's been some fade at the top.
Fumble.
Got it back.
Damian Harris, true bounce right back to him on the toss from Jalen Hurts.
Ripped from behind, but he got him back that time. I think it was Carlton Davis that ripped the ball from behind, but good bounce for Alabama.
Well, you talk about the talents of this young quarterback from Channelview, Texas. He's now hit 11 passes in succession. Nick Saban saying yesterday the thing he most admires about Hurts is his calmness. Well, you noticed that early in the year.
I did, but it's easier to be calm when you're 6'4", 220 pounds, and you can run a 4.40. I will say that too.
I'll get your point.
Here's
You're
the guys.
suggesting that I'm not calm?
No, well, he's calmer. You know, I guess it's still going to be Lamar Jackson. He hasn't played the competition. Jake Browning has had a great second half of the season.
We have reached the end of one. 10-3, Alabama will return to Tuscaloosa after this message and a word from your local station. We welcome all of you back to Bryant-Denny, this beautiful facility on the campus of the University of Alabama. The Crimson Tide leads 10-3 as we begin quarter number 2. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, and Ali LaForce. Bo Scarborough now, he was a question mark with an injury coming in. He's the largest back for Alabama and can be a force. Here's Hurts back to throw. Oh, dear.
Got it. Intercepted.
Intercepted
yes,
by Daniel Thomas.
There was a lot of miscommunication between Hurts and I think it was Ardarius. The ball just fluttered. Ardarius Stewart thought, what the heck? He was turning to the sideline, and I think Hurts felt that Ardarius Stewart was going to turn up. It's hard to believe you could throw it that wild.
Rudy Ford being helped toward the locker room.
Come into the backfield, then go to the outside. Watch what happens. A little flare. Oh, you see it right there. I think Jalen Hurts thought and Stewart would turn up on a wheel route, and miscommunication cost the turnover.
John Franklin is the quarterback on this play, and Cameron Petway, leading rusher in the Southeast Conference.
I actually think Franklin is the only answer for Auburn if Sean White can't play. They need another weapon, a guy, someone else who can run the football.
There's the surge over left guard. Cameron Petway. Got him. Ryan Anderson, number 22.
Wow. Man, when this team starts to come after you, they really do. Anderson comes off the edge. Delvin Tomlinson comes inside, and you have a stop. As fast as Auburn was trying to run it, Auburn said, we don't care. We're coming upfield. You better block us.
They're going to try the field goal with Daniel Carlson, 52 yards. His longest of the season is 43. Snap is back, the hold is good, and the kick is...
Wow. Turncoat just put one through, and that's why Pat Grandpa says, I've gone from hating Auburn to just disliking them now.
10-6. Pretty calm about it, isn't he? Yep.
Welcome back. Alabama up 10-6 against Auburn. And moments ago, the entire crowd here at Bryant-Denny Stadium rose to their feet and honored our very own Vern Lundquist in his last season calling SEC football.
Saban and Coach Battle presented Vern with gifts of appreciation on behalf of the football program. Vern is calling his 78th Alabama game on CBS today, and will call his 79th next week in Atlanta before retiring from the CBS football booth. Let's give a big Roll Tide and a round of applause as we salute Vern Lundquist on 17 great seasons.
You want to mention it, or do you want me to?
There was a little smattering of boos right off. It's a tough crowd, aren't they?
No, they are a very tough crowd.
Well, they've lost one game all year, and that's what happens.
They have some passion.
They have high.
As we've noticed over the years.
You know, but we got a lot of people that want to meet you. You know that, don't you? Not just me, not just the crowd.
Where are you going now?
There's a lot of people that might want to meet you.
Oh, my God almighty. My God almighty. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Willie Mack.
Yeah.
Hey, Joe, good to see you.
Good to see you.
Good to see you, too.
Almighty, get to hug him. You know, I've watched so many games over the years. I want to thank you. Thank you.
I'm so used to seeing Joe here in the booth right next to us with the late Mal Moore.
Oh, Mal Moore. You know he loves you too, buddy. Right now, yes.
Hey, Joe, stick around with us. Be third man in the booth, okay?
Well, thank you.
Give you a headset.
Yeah.
Let's come on over with
Let's do
us.
it. Here's the kick. Wow. Now you can define thunderstruck by me. What a great thrill. Okay, Joe has joined us. This is the ultimate three-man booth.
You know, the next time you come back next year, we can break curfew the night before the game, right?
You'll know the spots to take them, too, won't you?
You know me better than I thought you did.
Joe, we had to have you in. We brought Peyton in, so we said we have to balance this out when we do an Alabama game.
Oh, man, you balance that out. That man is something special there, boy.
Well, can you give us your eye view of what we're going to see here with this new Alabama offense and this special quarterback here, too?
Well, you know, Gary, only when you care does this really get frustrating. And I care. I'm watching our team now, and I think we've hurt ourselves more than Auburn's hurt us to this point. It's not been one of our better halves of football, but our defense has kept us in there, and I think Hurts is going to start getting things going.
There's O.J. Howard cut down out on the right.
You know, you got to give that Auburn defense, too, some credit.
You know, and Joe, this offense, I think you could have run this offense. You were a runner and a passer in your day here at Alabama.
I was, just like you was, too, when you were running around out there. Oh, yeah,
but
I watched you, buddy.
Would you like to have run this shotgun spread offense?
Oh, we both would have loved it. Are you kidding me? And playing pro ball, too, the way they do it today, too, would have loved to have a chance to do
Joe,
that.
you know, Joe, you were my hero. In 1968, I was in high school, and you were having your year with the New York Jets, and I used to try to back up just like you.
Yeah, well, with a limp, you mean?
Oh, my gosh, look at the coat.
Oh, yeah.
You still would wear that well, you know.
That's right.
And Joe, I didn't have, let's go one more play here, but
there was a 5-yard penalty.
I put a robe on because Peyton was so synonymous with a robe. I had the guts to put the robe on as we watch this play.
I'm scared of what's going to happen.
And you know, I did see that. That robe fit him just right.
First down and 15. It's Stewart trying to get wide. And he has run out.
Joe, this is the actual mink coat. There's only one guy that can wear this mink coat, okay?
Oh, boy.
Put this baby on.
Let's
This
see
is
if it
you,
still
okay?
fits.
I'm going to tell you what.
There's only one guy.
Oh, it feels so good. Oh, thank you. Yes. Come on, Todd. We're ready now. Let's go.
Oh, my gosh. I remember the first time I ever met Joe, and I don't know that he would remember this. He was playing with the Jets. They did a preseason game in Dallas at the Cotton Bowl, for crying out loud. We'll watch this play. Here's Hurts back.
Oh, nice one.
Underneath, very nice. And Ardarius Stewart struggles, and he gets out near the 24. But Murphy Martin was our anchor guy in Dallas, and you came in, and we did a 1-hour show with you. And it's one of my greatest memories of the 16 years I spent in Dallas. And
that might have been one of my greatest memories, too, because playing against those guys, I don't know. That was tough duty.
Well,
third and long, what you got here, Joe? George Sauer to the outside or Don Maynard?
I like one-on-one down here right now, but the middle of the field with these two guys split the way they are, Gary.
There
we got 3 against 2 on top.
Go to Rich Castor right down the middle.
Or a flag. Many of your teammates were Texas grads as well. Pete Lamons, I'm thinking about.
Oh, sure.
In the 60s.
Well, you mentioned Dallas. We went down there to play the Cowboys, and I looked at the program. We had more Texans on our team than they had on theirs at one time. And I tried to get the guys to introduce our Texans, but they wouldn't go for it. The Texans,
well, you were the leader. The year before, in 1967, you were the first NFL quarterback to throw for 4,000 yards.
And we didn't know about it either. We didn't know about it. After the game, they told us.
It's third down, and I hope I want to tell a story about Joe here. Third down, 14. Here's Hurts. Scrambles right. And it's incomplete. One of my great memories of this man occurred when David Housel had been forced to retire as the athletic director at Auburn. And the late Mal Moore threw a party for David, and Joe was sitting at a table with our producer, Craig Silver, our director, Steve Milton, and Todd Blackledge. And Mal toasted David, and then Joe stood up and said, "May I say a word?" And you congratulated him on his great career at Auburn, and then you said, "David Housel, War Eagle."
That's right.
And David looked at Joe, and he said, "I never dreamed I would ever say this. Joe Willie, roll tide."
Oh, man, that's right, because that was the first time that came out of my mouth, and I'll bet it was the first time it came out of his, too.
Yeah, it was just such a wonderful moment.
Joe, my hero.
Gary,
You're
thank
the best.
you, buddy.
You're the best.
All right, buddy.
Mine, too.
Come here, buddy.
My career is complete.
Adam Zucker with the Heisman Watch, presented by the new Nissan Titan. Is Lamar Jackson still the front runner? 4 turnovers, including this fumble late with the game tied that set up the game-winning field goal for Kentucky in a big upset today. Deshaun Watson trying to keep Clemson on track for the playoff against South Carolina tonight. And J.T. Barrett's numbers in the thriller over Michigan. 1 less rushing yard, and Ohio State would have lost to Michigan. Vernon, Gary, back to you.
Thank you, Adam, and thanks for the update.
And couple people to thank for that mink coat, Mark and Liz Obradovich. We stay at their hotel. They actually bought that fur coat at auction, a charity auction. They lent it to us today, and that's how Joe had it on. That's his actual fur coat. Thanks to Mark and Liz.
That's awesome. I've been surprised a few occasions this season. That was a stunner. Jeremy Johnson back in, flips it out, it's incomplete.
Well, he avoided a 10-yard loss right there. Auburn has had 4 3-and-outs so far, but with the punt return and interception, they're still in this football game.
Reuben Foster, you can make a pretty good case he's the best linebacker in college
and
football.
He's from Auburn, Alabama. Hometown Auburn high school football player that came to play here for the Crimson Tide.
John Franklin in motion. They go up the middle. Carry on Johnson. Well, Reuben Foster thought he was going to attend Auburn. He's from Auburn, Alabama, so he got the tattoo. It stayed on. This is the Alabama All-Star game. Jason Smith saw him earlier. Jeremy Johnson and Foster. Roots run deep in this state.
Remember when Alabama used to have trouble with the no-huddle offenses? I think I just saw Reuben Foster say, "Hurry up and snap it, we're ready."
Timeout. Wednesday on Survivor, a special advantage comes into play for the first time ever. See how it can change the game. Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, only CBS. Well, how about this Alabama defense?
Yeah, I think everything's already been said that you could say about for the last 8 years, 9 years.
Last touchdown, October 22nd. Trevor Knight off the back foot. Caught by Christian Kirk.
Well, I always think there's two parts to the formula to beat Alabama. You have to be able to match them in the offensive and the defensive line, at least be willing to play physical football. And the second part, you better bring a quarterback. And the second part is the challenge for Auburn today.
Jeremy Johnson is the QB. 3rd down 7. Johnson under pressure, hit as he let it go. That's going to be an incomplete pass.
And that's going to be their other #1 draft pick. Oh, they called it a fumble.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, they did.
So a turnover.
Perhaps. It will be reviewed. Tim Williams did hit Jeremy Johnson.
On the field is a fumble. Recovered by the defense. 1st down.
The ball went forward. Now the question is, was it the impetus of the tackle that made it go forward? We will see. Tim Williams coming from the left. I think he threw it. First glance by me was he threw it. Yeah, his hand's coming forward. That's going to be an incomplete pass. Tim Williams actually got there before Jeremy let it go, but Jeremy had enough strength to follow through with the football.
I concur. Yep.
Another good stop by the replay booth just to make sure. And actually the officials on the field did a good job.
After review, the passer does start his throwing motion forward while under control of the ball. This is an incomplete pass. 4th down.
John McDade's crew did a nice job. In that circumstance, they're on the instruction of call it a fumble, let the players finish out the play, and then replay can fix it.
Well done. Kevin Phillips on. Lightning quick Tim Williams.
Yes, the new breed. The tweak in the Alabama defense is a player like number 56.
Phillips, still no 1st downs for Auburn in the game. Fair catch. Called for and taken at the 19.
2 ways to look at it. No 1st downs in the game, but they're in the game.
10-6. Alabama.
Adam Zucker in New York. Coming up on the Geico Halftime Report, Rick, BJ, and I will get you caught up on today's action, including Curtis Samuel winning the game in the game for Ohio State, keeping their Big Ten and national championship hopes alive. The big picture coming up at the half.
How about that, as the late Mel Allen said. How about that? And let's cue the duck. Joe Namath was a guest, a surprise guest, and he plays into the Aflac trivia question of the day. Aflac! Which Alabama quarterback had the highest finish in the Heisman Trophy balloting? Well,
I was getting embarrassed when he kept including me in on all this answers. You know, Joe's being so polite. I was going, Joe, don't do that. It's embarrassing.
No, I'm going to tell a story.
No,
I will.
No, let's go to the game now, please.
Okay.
I'm getting, Joe and me in the same breath isn't fair.
Ball out?
Yes, I think it was, but it was recovered again by Alabama. You could see the reaction of the Auburn players.
Jonah Williams recovered it. Well, back to our conversation with Nick while you were working with Brad yesterday on Arkansas, Missouri. Nick Saban, we have some issues with ball security. Jalen Hurts.
Jonah Williams, I think that's the second big recovery Jonah Williams can get that I remember coming this season. He got one against Ole Miss.
Oh, wow.
Another mistake.
Picked up by Harris.
As Joe Namath said, we might be playing our... No, this is the way you say it, too, for safety, so you don't get booed around here. As Joe Namath said, Alabama might be playing their worst half of the season.
Where was he when I needed him between quarters?
Goodness, this bounces off of 2 players. Incomplete, and it's going to be a completed pass.
Yep.
to Damian Harrison. How about that? It would have been better if it was just dropped. It would not have been a fumble. It would have been a pass. Harris makes the catch.
They're down 5.
That's going to be against Auburn. The movement by Alabama that time was caused by Auburn. Corin Curvin, excuse me. New starting right guard is going to be the guy that reacted.
It's taking a little longer than we expected.
The flinch
Offside.
first.
Number 55 defense. His movement into the neutral zone causes the opponent to move early. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Yep, that's the call. Carl Lawson just flinched early, and that caused the reaction by the Alabama offensive lineman.
They're going to measure? No.
It's inches, inches, inches. Quick snap, quarterback sneak.
Now they load up with 3 out to the right. 4.
Still going to be a quarterback sneak, isn't it?
Under center? Yes. Oh, boy. Well, he did get it. He bounced to the left. Now the ball's out again. My
He was not called down either. Obviously,
Fumble.
it's going to be reviewed.
Fumble. Recovered by Auburn.
Yes, we saw the ball bounce out. It was ripped out, stripped out. Was he down? No,
Rolling
I
on the
don't think
field in
so.
the previous plays, the ball is loose prior to the running being down. Recovered by the defense. 1st down.
Again, it was Carlton Davis who ripped it out and then picked up by Stephen Roberts with his left hand. Watch this. Ball is out, and was it loose?
How about the left knee?
It was starting to move out, but I think it was loose. The ball was moving just as his knee was
Play is
down.
now under video review.
This is close. I think his knee was down. It was moving, but not out. I'm going to let Al Ford handle this one.
I trust you, but I'm not that convinced.
See,
There's
he's
the
got
knee.
it. He's got it.
I think his left knee was down.
I do too. The ball moved. We had a great shot there that his knee was down. The ball moved, but he gained control of it. I think it's going to be Alabama's ball. That's my guess.
Right there. Yep. One more look.
Ball moves, and he actually, Jalen catches it, and then his knee goes down. And then when he hits, the ball goes out. Yeah. A lot easier when you watch it 6 or 7 times.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
First, I was like, oh my gosh.
Again, the replay official is Al Ford. And he will communicate with John McDade.
A little bit of movement, but I think controlled again. And then the elbow goes down. Knee was down, controlled, and then the elbow goes down. I think both times, even if they say his knee was down, the ball moved, I think he re-caught it, and then his elbow goes down. It's a big call, and I think it's right that the replay booth and Birmingham, with the help from Birmingham,
right,
is going to take a long look at this one. Of course, if Alabama keeps the ball, it will be a first down.
Well,
sloppy half.
Gosh, yes. There we go.
After video review, the runner's knee is down prior to the ball being loose. It's enough of a gain for a first down.
Well, I think they got it right. Took them a while, as it should.
Boy, at first glance, when I saw this, I said ball's out. And then as soon as Auburn, immediately recovers it, I thought they had a turnover, but Alabama keeps. Now you got to be careful of Lane Kiffin not throwing those hands up early. Little play action deep ball. When I talked to Kevin Steele, he says the one thing he doesn't want to see from his old friend Lane Kiffin is those arms going up in the air before the quarterback throws it.
Stewart.
Oh, that's a lateral.
Lateral to him. He pulls up and throws it, and it's caught by O.J. Howard.
Well defended, though. If you're Auburn, and I knew that Lane Kiffin was going to try to dial one, just had the feeling, but a great job by playing honest by Stephen Roberts. Stays back. If Alabama's going to run a trick play, you'll take a first down if you're Auburn and survive it.
Harris reverses field. Spin move, tackled just shy of the 35 by Stephen Roberts.
When we talked to Lane Kiffin a few weeks ago he said he thought Damian Harris had the best vision of any back he's coached. And you could see it right there, how quickly he decided to go the opposite direction.
He backs into this one. Lane Kiffin.
Boy, and his name and rumors about where Lane will be next year are everywhere.
Heard that.
From Baton Rouge to Oregon, and probably everywhere in between.
Did you say Oregon?
Oregon.
I know
yes.
that.
And Oregon.
And
both.
Oregon, yeah.
I bet you Nick Saban is not comfortable with those rumors going on in the midst of a championship run.
Second down, 11. Play action. Hurts. Way too high. Almost picked off again. Trey Matthews.
Boy, I tell you, Jalen Hurts threw this ball when he was running, and Darius Stewart goes with the vertical, and Trey Matthews cannot come down with the catch. Wow. You're talking about some athletes on the field out here.
Third down, 11. 10-6 with 6:41 to go before the half. See the total yards, that top line? 204 to 10. Blitz. Hurts. Intercepted. Picked off by Daniel Thomas, his second of the game. His second of the season. And he is still running and is down at the 40. Wow.
Receiver fell down on the play. Just as he breaks out of his route, that's why the ball looks like it's such a poor throw. Receiver, as he breaks down, falls down. See that? Right as they get the two receivers for Alabama bump into each other, and that causes the interception. Poor spacing. Two players get directed in the same spot, and that's why the Auburn defense does a great job of redirecting two Alabama players and forcing the turnover. That's good defense.
Now then, Auburn still looking for their first down of the game. That's Kerryon Johnson in the Wildcat. He will run it. Bounces it out to the left. Looks for blocking help and gets it. First down, Auburn.
And Auburn will go fast now on a first down. The first down is basically on a busted play.
John Franklin in. And the first down effort to the 25, Kerryon Johnson.
The Auburn receivers will block to the whistle, and they were.
Second down. Positive yards 7. Total plays 17. And the longest. Now Alabama hurries to get a player off. It's Tim Williams. And he makes it.
Auburn called timeout before the snap.
Chandler Cox.
Third and final charge timeout of the half. Auburn.
That's it. Out of timeouts.
I don't know if it was Gus Malzahn or Rhett Lashley ran down and called timeout. As it was Gus Malzahn. See him running right there?
Well, we're a few minutes away from halftime, and we will go back to New York for the Geico halftime report. Adam, Rick, and Brian ready back in our New York studios. During the break, Nick Saban doing a little coaching.
Jeremy Pruitt in the hat with the gray top over it, defensive coordinator and Nick, but it's Nick's baby. It's his defense.
Jeremy Johnson, the quarterback. Flips it out. Left side. That'll be short. Third down.
Yeah, Ronnie Harrison does a great job that time. Strong safety. Talked to a lot of offensive coordinators. The first guy they circle as being a difference maker is Ronnie Harrison. Comes up, fills, reads it, and watch him react and make the tackle.
There is a flag.
Yeah, there is a flag.
An eligible player downfield, number 85 in the offense. He was covered up. 5-yard penalty, second down.
So the forced formation here. Yes. Auburn went unbalanced that time, but they actually had too many players in the backfield. See this player right here? He's covered by the wide receiver. Well, it was unbalanced, though. I think Gus Malzahn was right. That was a bad call. That should have stood. That was the designed unbalanced line.
Snap back. Johnson goes left. And that's going to bring up a third down. A gang tackle made by Alabama.
I think the officials got that formation wrong. I think Auburn was correct, and that play should have stood the one before.
Take another look here.
You're only allowed 4 people in the backfield, okay? One right here, one right there, one right there, one right there. That's 4. Everybody else is an illegal formation, and I think the officials got confused.
Third down, 7. Inside, Eli Stove.
Well, you can see the Auburn offensive play caller, Rhett Lashley, does not believe his line can pick it up. So they are throwing the shortest passes possible, and Alabama can sense it. They're not backing up 2 feet, and Mika Fitzpatrick comes up again and makes the clean tackle. There's Rhett Lashley, offensive coordinator, took over the player calling halfway through the season, done a nice job.
So Carlson is attempting his 3rd field goal. He's hit from 42 and 52. Wind not really a factor. That's it. Right down the middle, ultimately. 3:30 to go, first half. 1 point. Alabama lead. .30 to go. It's now 10-9. Daniel Carlson with 3 field goals. Sloppy offense for Alabama going against a very, very good defense for Auburn. And the kickoff coming now from Daniel Carlson, or Darius Stewart, and Gary Dieter are the 2 deep men. That's Stewart, number 13. Pooch kick up in the air, and a fair catch taken by Hale Henschkes, number 84.
Vern, let's go back, and perhaps I was confused. Let's correct this. The call is that number 85 is ineligible and he goes downfield. I thought that since the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, he was allowed to go downfield. We're hearing that that was the call. He was ineligible and he went too far downfield. I thought since the ball was thrown behind the line of scrimmage, maybe it was just over the line of scrimmage, so it was the correct call.
Yep. I think that is it.
And that's what I think Gus Malzahn was saying. We threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage, but it was not. So Gus and I were wrong.
You know.
Company. Yeah, got company.
What time is it? 10 after 4 Central Time. Mark your watches. First down. Left side. Damian Harris, a sophomore running back. And let's get the duck back on. Remember, we had Joe Namath in the shot when we asked the question, which Alabama quarterback had the highest finish? Look at this. A.J. McCarron. He finished second in 2013. Here's the impressive list, I think. Trammell, Terry Davis, Barker, Lewis, Sloan. Where's Joe Namath on this list?
All right.
Where's Bart Starr on this list? Where's Kenny Stabler?
Well, I tell you
Harris got down.
The Alabama defense is close to pitching a shutout, but the Auburn defense ain't far behind here.
No, not at all.
And you got to admit, the Alabama offense has more firepower than the Auburn offense does. So they're doing a fantastic job. Bring on 4 fresh pass rushers as substitutes here.
2.5 to play first half. 1-point game. Hurts. Oh, he's got a man, yes. Beautiful throw. Calvin Ridley.
Carlton Davis thought he had it, but he did not get it. Carlton Davis is going, I should have had it. I should have had it. He gets in position, turns around, swats at the ball, and misses it. Watch it. Misses it, and then he pounds the turf. I could have had that. Great route. Remember when I said you can win early or late? That pass was won early.
There, the pass to O.J. Howard gets a nice block. Gets another nice block. One of them was Ardarius Stewart. The first was Gary Dieter. Watch number 11 right there, and then watch number 13.
That's the way they do it. You can do play-by-play and analysts on that one. Go for it. Finish it off.
What are they going to do?
Big games. Alabama likes to get the ball in the hand of O.J. Howard.
Hurts breaks a tackle. This is what he does best. He's out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
Watch the subtle move by Jalen Hurts. He realizes early that he's in trouble from his blind side. He fakes it and he realizes it. Now watch him set up the defender, fakes him out, gets inside, and then takes a bad play and turns it into a positive play. Great eye, footwork, and speed by Hurts.
And that was Montravius Adams who whiffed. This is Carl Lawson with the tackle. Alabama all 3 timeouts remaining with 1:05 to go. I believe this is an official timeout.
Quit being off. 3rd down.
Alabama has to be ready now because this clock will start.
Third down 1 with 65 seconds to go.
The big heavies are coming in.
Yes, they are. This is where the term elephants comes into play for your Alabama team. Brandon Green and Deron Payne. That's Payne to the left. That's Jonathan Allen in there as well.
Yeah, that's 2 pretty good players.
There we go. Bo Scarborough.
That's 3 pretty big players. That's a lot of beef.
There's Jonathan Allen. What do you mean I'm not a two-way player? Whoa.
got an All-American tackle, you've got a future All-American tackle in Payne, and you got Bo Scarborough. That's a lot of beef.
All 3 timeouts remaining for Alabama. They elect not to use one here. Play action.
Got him open. Darius Stewart. Oh,
Calvin Ridley.
Darius Stewart wide open for a touchdown. he's yelling back. I had him. Quick snap on the play. Watch Stewart get open for the touchdown. Jalen Hurts takes the easy one. You can't blame him. But Stewart wide open, waving for it.
Ooh. Defender slipped.
But I will tell you that the read on this particular play for the quarterback is if the first man is open, don't bypass him. Because if you don't take the short guy and you look long, you can lose your short guy.
2 wide to the left. Peter in the slot. Stewart wide right. Bo Scarborough. Cam Robinson very slow getting up.
Alabama will take a needed timeout here.
10-9. 3rd down. 1-point game.
Well, the offense,
Go ahead, Gary. Sorry.
A little bit of a mishandled day for this Alabama offense. A couple fumbles that they've gotten back, a couple interceptions. They've been fortunate to have balls bounce off of them, but 2 interceptions have kept this Auburn team in the football game, but they badly need a stop right here to get out of the half with just a field goal for Alabama.
3rd down 4. Look back, confirm the play.
Yep, look at the lane. Lane will make the call.
Leader up on the line. Hurts with time. Lobs it, throws it away.
Well, remember, he's just a freshman, and in that situation, I'm sure he's been grilled by Nick Saban not to get a turnover in the red zone. He tries to throw the Joe Montana pass across his body, but it sailed on him. If you're going to make a mistake, it has to be high where just your guy can get it. And Darius Stewart, I think, is still upset he didn't get the first one.
Right. So here's Adam Griffith. This is a 25-yard field goal.
You just can't have an interception there. You got to get your 3 points if you're Alabama.
And they do.
So considering this Auburn offense, I think Auburn's thrilled to still be in the game.
They trail by 4. Bryant-Denny Stadium filled to capacity, 102,000. I just think of this as one of the more aesthetically pleasing on-campus facilities in the country.
The symmetry of it,
yep,
and then the excellence of the play on the field. Nice combination.
Auburn held to 1 first down, 34 yards total, but their defense has kept them in it. Here's the kick from Griffith. Touchback. Well, December 10th, our group will wind up the regular season for college football, and it's a game to which we all look forward. The annual meeting of the Army and the Navy presented by USAA. This year, played in Baltimore. Army comes in with a 6-5. Nice record for them.
Yes, Jeff Monken's done a nice job.
And
Turning
Navy
in the right direction, and Navy's Navy.
Yeah, with a win over Notre Dame earlier.
They got another quarterback, by the way, gaining more yards than Keenan Reynolds as Auburn's going to get out of the half. Again, as you said, Vern, you summed it up perfectly. If you have 1 first down and you have only 34 yards, you're just happy to go into halftime and know you've still got a second half to be in the game.
Now it's time for Inside Access, presented by AT&T, official sponsor of the SEC. Here's Allie with Nick Saban.
Coach, let's start on offense. An uncharacteristic first half for you with 3 turnovers. How will you address the offense?
Well, you know, we're not executing very well. I mean, even some of the plays that we're not turning the ball over, we're not doing what we're supposed to do. So we basically had 2 good drives. We only were able to finish 1. So we just got to do a better job at every position, including the quarterback position. We got to go out there and execute, and everybody's got to do what they're supposed to do.
Defensively, you held Auburn to just 1 first down. How were they able to be so dominant in that first half?
Well, yeah, but they got 9 points. And most of them off of turnovers and off of a bad special teams play where we didn't punt the ball very well. So we just got to clean up all those areas of our team and get everybody together and just play better. We're not playing as well as we need to.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
For the second consecutive game, Nick Saban goes in at halftime unhappy with his team's play.
Little huddle right there. That's the end of the first half with the score 13-9. Now let's go to Adam Zucker in our New York studio.
All right, thank you, Vern. Coming up here on the Geico Halftime Report, Rick, BJ, and I will sort through an exciting and eventful day in the Big Ten after this word from your local station.
We welcome you back to Bryant-Denny on the campus of the University of Alabama. 13-9 moments ago. Allie the Force with Auburn coach Gus Malzahn.
Coach, Jeremy Johnson really struggled in the first half, and then we saw Sean White warming up. Will you make a quarterback change in the second half?
You know, not right now. Jeremy he had a little jitters early. You know, obviously we played terrible on offense the first half. We kind of have an idea what they're doing. I expect us to play a lot better in the second half offensively.
What did you say to this team to motivate them to make this a different second half?
We play as bad as we can play offensively, and we're in the game. We had some tough calls go against us, and we're in the game. We still got a chance to win.
Thank you, Coach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Succinct.
Well, he's right.
Exactly. Adam Griffith will kick off to start the second half. Ball taken at the 4. Kerryon Johnson. And not much there. Well, it's pretty obvious what's going on. The defenses have dominated for both teams.
I agree. Both coaches unhappy with their offenses, but you got to give the defense some credit. However, Alabama's play selection, I have to question. 44 plays, they've thrown the ball 26 times, and on first down, 20 plays, 12 passes, just 8 runs on first down. Just doesn't seem like Alabama to me. I think Nick Saban goes in there and says, guys, let's be Alabama and run the ball a little bit on first down.
Toss left side. Kerryon Johnson. And the trends, Gare.
Well, you see it. 25 passes for a true freshman quarterback in a big game like this. Jeremy Johnson, as Gus Malzahn said, looked jittery from the start. And if you're an Auburn fan, avert your eyes on that last one.
Second down 7 after the gain of 3. Jeremy Johnson knocked down by Dalvin Tomlinson.
Well, one time it's Jonathan Allen. The next time it's Dalvin Tomlinson. Deron Payne may make a play. Tim Williams makes a play. Ryan Anderson. When Gus Malzahn said, we have an idea what they're doing. You know what they're doing? They're letting their great players make plays.
Play greatly, yeah. Yes. Third down 7. 4 wides, 2 on either side. Snap back to Jeremy Johnson. He is forced out. Will he throw in the run? No, he will not. That is Ryan Anderson, number 22.
They had a play. Auburn did, but Ryan Anderson flushed him. Watch, down the sideline. This is a completable pass. He's got him. You got to be able to throw that, but already Jeremy Johnson is flushed out of the pocket. Ryan Anderson saved a big play for his Alabama defense.
Kevin Phillips on to punt, and Trayvon Diggs, number 7, awaits the ball at the 35. Nice and high, and a fair catch called for at the Alabama 43. So 3 and out to start the third. 40-yard punt, 1-0 on the return. Crimson Tide have the ball. Damian Harris in for the touchdown. Passes on the high and intercepted. Thomas again. Ladies and gentlemen, Joe Willie Namath.
Come here, buddy.
My career is complete. Oh, gracious. Send that right to the
one of these days,
Broadcasting Museum.
I'm going to ask you to rank all of this stuff. It's going to be hard, isn't it?
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Proud to be with you, but we've got a football game in front of us here that could go either way.
Indeed. 13:30 to go, third quarter, 13-9. Alabama. Jalen Hurts, 18 of 25 throwing it. 8 runs for 23 yards, but 2 interceptions and a couple of fumbles. Stewart. Go up the middle. Bo Scarborough, not much. And now Quicken Loans presents today's Scholar Athletes. On the left, Daniel Carlson. On the right, Keith Holcomb. Quicken Loans' commitment to the investment of our future is shown today by donating $1,000 to Auburn and Alabama's General Scholarship Fund. There's Daniel Carlson from Colorado Springs. His dad, Ali introduced you to the family. His dad is a tennis pro in Colorado Springs. Left side, Scarborough. Nice. Nicer. Wonderful play by Bo Scarborough.
I just don't think there's any doubt that Nick Saban went in at halftime and said, we're going to run the ball a little bit. And if we can't run the ball, we're going to lose.
Quick huddle. That was a gain of 20. Well, I'll give it to Scarborough again, yes.
When they repeat a play that fast, when they snap a play that quickly after a first down, you know they're going to come back with the same one. Running the ball left, running it behind Cam Robinson, Ross Baker.
Scarborough 5 carries, 34 yards now. Play action. He's chased. Fires to the short receiver. Calvin Ridley out of bounds at the 35, and that's going to be another first down. And a little bit of a fracas out of bounds.
Well, I will say this for this Auburn team. They are not missing the open field tackles in this football game. When they have an opportunity to make a tackle, they make a tackle.
First down. Scarborough again.
Doesn't look like much, but 4 yards is big at this part of the field.
Feed him his hungry. That's his 6th carry. Second down, 6. Look at this. No rushing touchdowns in 8 games. That's 267 attempts. Flip, caught. O.J. Howard, 1st and goal, Alabama.
Well, when you can run the ball successfully, you can throw these little dump passes. Coming across is called a sneak. You sneak the player across, he influences the defensive end, and then he gets out there. Carl Lawson's ready to take on the block, and then all of a sudden, O.J.'s running out there for a pass.
Hurts still has it. He'll freelance and get inside the 5.
Yep, pretty good coverage by Auburn. That was not a called run, that was a pass.
Montravius Adams, we've not called his name that much today. Number 1.
Take a peek. Auburn finds everybody. No one open. 3 men out, 3 men covered.
Slot receiver out. Henschke's number 84 is in, so essentially a 2 tight end look here.
Well, I used to be able to call the fade pass for Alabama in these situations, but nowadays with Lane, I don't know what they're doing.
That's our Darius Stewart. Hurts, keeper all the way. Got it! Touchdown! Crimson Tide.
I will say, that's more like the Alabama that I used to see. An 8-play drive, 6 rush, 2 pass. I don't think there's any doubt that Nick Saban went in and looked at that play calls in the first half and said, we're going to go back and run the ball. Lane, I don't care if you got a visor on or what, we're going to run the ball.
Well, I've seen the two of them. Well, I've seen Lane listen.
Yes.
And Nick opine.
I always have this theory. If the guy above you makes over $5 million a year, you should listen to him. It's good for your future.
It's good for both of us, too.
Yes, it's good for the future, yes.
Oh. Extra point, Griffith, up and good. That is the first rushing touchdown against Auburn. And look at Jalen Hurts climbing up that list of single-season responsible touchdowns. Hurts, the freshman. Alabama. Lane Kiffin. Well, things are going well so far. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Aflac, Dodge, Napa, and by Chick-fil-A. There is a bit of history and just a bit of respect for tradition here in Alabama and the Hall of Champions. Our aerial coverage today is provided by Goodyear. For 60 years, Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. Adam Griffith, one of 20 seniors honored before the game. You just saw Jalen Hurts. He's got a few years left to play for the Crimson Tide. Griffith. That'll be a touchback taken by Kerryon Johnson. Let's take a look at the Dr. Pepper SEC East standings. Florida has clinched. They will take on Alabama in the SEC championship game next week. But first, they've got Florida State tonight. See the remainder of the standings. Georgia finishes regular season play 7-5. That will not make Georgia fans very happy.
Kentucky had a great comeback.
Yeah.
Great comeback. I'll tell you, we keep talking about, or Gus talks about it, I talk about it. Auburn's still in the game, This could change very quickly. They need some first downs. One first down in the game.
Here's he go. Johnson, he's got him open. It's Will Hastings. Boy, you talk about going back and pulling one out of history.
Had 2 guys open on the play. Will Hastings for the good positive yards, but there was another receiver that could have been the home run ball. Got to take the positive.
Up the middle. Nice little run, Kerryon Johnson. That was by far the longest gain of the day for Auburn's offense. Little flea flicker. Mix up. Johnson.
Well, I don't know if it's a mix-up.
Yeah?
I think it was just a read.
Okay.
A zone read, quarterback keeper on this one. He saw the attacking Alabama defense, and he keeps it. I think Kerryon Johnson thought it was a mix-up.
Yeah. Yeah.
He was thinking he was going to get the ball, and Jeremy Johnson pulled it.
Give me the ball. 1st and 10. This is the first sustained drive of the game for Auburn. Right side. Kerryon Johnson. Well, Jeremy Johnson, I remember when Nick Marshall was the quarterback of this Auburn team, and it was thought he was going to be a great replacement. He was elected second team preseason last year, but was benched and replaced by Sean White after 3 games. 2nd and 7. deep, stride for stride, incomplete.
Had a chance, but against the Alabama defense, it has to be a perfect pass. They'll allow you to complete a cover. This time it was Darius Slayton, number 81. Gets him at the line of scrimmage, goes deep, coverage by Humphrey, ball just overthrown by a couple yards. Alabama challenges you. They challenge you to throw the perfect pass, and if you can do it, you can pick up big plays.
3rd and 7.
Looked like Humphrey's a little bit gimpy as he came back, limping back to his position.
No 3rd down conversions yet in the game for Auburn. Blitz. Johnson near side. Incomplete. Will Hastings, number 33.
Well, now you got to wonder if Gus Malzahn will just go for it. As you said, it was the only sustained drive. Ball again. Remember, they challenge it. If you make the good throw, you complete it. Again, ball behind allows the defender to just make the play right at the end of it.
They're going to bring on Daniel Carlson. He's hit 3 today. 9 of 12 from 50 plus. Along to 56. Good snap, good hold. Kick is wide left.
Two throws. Jeremy Johnson had 2 chances. He missed one long, one short, and then the field goal goes wide.
No good from 52. It's still 20-9. 20-9.
Well, when you're struggling, you never want to criticize a completion, but on a flea flicker play, you're looking for a big play. Watch the opportunity. Remember, Jeremy Johnson completed this ball, so it was a positive play, but it could have been a huge play because inside, Darius Slayton beat Anthony Averett for a touchdown. So you got a positive play. You can't really yell, but when you call flea flicker, you're thinking touchdown. 2 opportunities. Auburn came up with a completion and an empty incompletion.
20-9. Interest in O.J. Howard.
I was going to say, does Alabama keep pounding? Evidently not. There's nobody back there.
Here's Hurts. Darius Stewart. Tackle made by Carlton Davis. Yeah, I see the 9 points here for Auburn,
yes. And
I think back to the first Iron Bowl game. Here's a penalty offside. The first Iron Bowl game played in Tuscaloosa in the year 2000. 9-0 Auburn won. Well, our crew was staying at a small motel, modest.
Offside. Number 5 in the neutral zone at the snap. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
And our sideline young lady was Jill Arrington. So she told me the day after we got to town, she had called down to the hotel and said, "I'd like a room service menu, please." And the clerk at the desk said, "Ma'am, go outside your room, turn right, go to the end of the hall, and take a good long look at the peanut vending machine." That's your room service.
Bring some change with you.
Yeah. Quarters are accepted. 1st down.
There it is again.
Scarborough. Flag is down.
I think Auburn lined up in the neutral zone this time. This is going to be declined by Alabama.
Offside. 4. Lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline. Result of the play is a 1st down.
Well, they started out the 2nd half with Bo Scarborough. The balance was not there in the Alabama offense, and on this drive, they pounded a little bit. They finessed with the short pass to the outside, and they finished it with the quarterback run. Auburn has to have a stop. Can't give any more points. Maybe a timeout.
Here's
Timeout.
Confusion.
Alabama.
It's his first charge timeout of the half.
7:21 to go. Quarter number 3, 20-9, Alabama. Road to the Final Four next Saturday. UCLA at Kentucky. Brad Nessler, he's going to get to experience time at a basketball game with my friend, Mr. Raftery. They'll make a good pair.
If you go out with Joe, bring Raph with you, okay?
Word is now from Austin that Tom Herman has officially been hired to replace Charlie Strong as head coach. This is my not-so-gratuitous alumni pop. Tom Herman's first job after he graduated from Cal Lutheran was as a wide receivers coach at Texas Lutheran College.
Wow.
You knew I was going to go there, for which he was compensated $5,000 and a meal card. He's going to make a little bit more than that in Austin.
I think you should call him for a donation right now.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Tom, have you heard of Front Row? Gary was there once.
Unbalanced formation left.
They are working Scarborough.
Yes, this is very similar to the LSU second half when they came out and brought Scarborough out, and that a lot kind of freed up Jalen Hurts to make some plays.
Second down 9.
Auburn defense has to bow their neck right now. They need a big play. No more points.
Stewart got the handoff this time. Is there going to be a flag? That was in the middle of the Auburn bench. Stephen Roberts with contact.
Excuse me, Vern. Same exact look, only this time he hands it off to Ardarius Stewart. 3rd and short. And now you wonder if Alabama thinks 4-down territory. 23-9 would make it a 14-point game.
Lane Kiffin. 3rd and 3.
Got that bootleg look to O.J. Howard right here now. Do they do it again?
No, Scarborough.
Whoa. Great tackle.
Was it ever? Javaris Davis, number 31.
Freshman football player getting the chance to play today. That's a second good play he's made. He's in for Joshua Hulsey, and he makes another big tackle. Too far to kick a field goal. He'll go for it.
I don't know. It'd be a 56-yarder.
They tried longer.
Isn't it funny how somebody challenged me today before the game. She said, how many times are you going to mention the kick 6? And I said, I'm sure it'll come up. She said, well, there's an over-under that you and Gary are going to mention. But I said, I'd take the over. 4th. Here's Hurts. Got it! Ardarius Stewart. What a nifty move. Touchdown, Alabama.
What a great throw. The best throw of the day for Jalen Hurts. You're going to get a smash route here. Come in, go out, but watch the strike Jalen Hurts throws. One spot to put it. That's where he puts it right to the sideline and allows Ardarius Stewart to show why he's so special with the football. What a throw. Remember those throws that Jeremy Johnson missed by a couple feet? When you make that throw, it allows these athletes to make the plays.
Devereaux Lawrence is the injured Auburn player, number 94.
If that ball is just a foot short, it's a 5-yard gain. Foot long, it's an incompletion on 4th down. Auburn gets the ball. You throw the strike, 7 points. Right here's Devereaux Lawrence. Let's see what happens.
Good to see.
Might have just twisted his ankle as he came down. Those are big men running full speed, jumping over people, and sometimes you get a little twist.
And for Ardarius Stewart now, 38-yard touchdown catch. A career high of 10 receptions for 127 yards. Adam Griffith. And there's going to be a discussion.
This play is now under video review.
Well, that was deliberate. Took a while.
Did he step? Did he step out? Checking to see when he turned upfield if he stepped out. The Alabama players had us blocked here on the near sideline. There's the catch. Did he step out? Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. I don't think so.
No.
Right when he caught it, when he first turned up, was the one that came the closest, I thought. One more look just as he catches the ball to see if that's where he stepped out of bounds. I know the Auburn faithful is hoping for that. He catches it. Let's see the first turn.
After video review, the ruling on the field of touchdown stands.
Right here. I think he's inside.
Yeah.
I think the official had it right. And everybody did their job. If it's a defender and somebody throws a perfect pass, you got to hope you make the tackle or he drops it.
Adam Griffith, Cole Mazza with the snap. Perfect. Cooper Bateman with the hold. And the Alabama lead is now 27-9. Look at Ardarius Stewart. Hey, I'm over here. And Jalen Hurts said, I see ya. Touchdown, Alabama. (27-9). 5:16 to go, third quarter.
Well, Lane Kiffin, if not anything else, he's demonstrative.
Goodness.
Jalen Hurts will have to be in the tub because his shoulder's bothering.
Shoulder injury, yeah. And the kickoff. Kerryon Johnson. Well, what's going on with the committee? Oh, we don't need a committee.
No, we don't. There's still teams that control their own destiny. Obviously, if Alabama wins one of the final two games they're in, Clemson, if they're the champions, the winner, to me, of the Big Ten championship will be in. I don't see how that can happen, that you have champions not make it. And I think Washington controls their own destiny. I think Ohio State and Florida, by the way, if they win out, will be in the hunt. Let me add one more team. Oklahoma State is still alive as well with Colorado and Oklahoma.
Well done. John Franklin is the quarterback, and that gives us a chance to go back to New York. Here's Adam Zucker.
And this is a forward update, Vern. Penn State in the hunt for that Big Ten championship. They trailed 9-3. They're up 31-12 now on Michigan State. If they win, they represent the Big Ten East against Wisconsin. Gary, you're going to keep Ohio State at home, huh?
Got to win the championship for me. Why play these championship games? Yes, they stay home. In 2014, I argued that they should be in. This year, nope.
And you are persuasive, by the way.
Well, if not persuasive, persistent.
That too. Franklin, the quarterback. Ball at the 25, third down. He runs better than he throws. And this time he runs for a first down.
Boy, it was so close. He was really lackadaisical at the end of that play. So important of a first down, but he got it, what, by a foot?
Smidgen.
Originally signed at Florida State. Went to junior college and then ends up signing a big signing. Everyone thought he'd be the guy.
Instead, Jonathan Allen is the guy. That's Jonathan Allen on Cameron Petway.
I mean, when you don't block Jonathan Allen and you're doing the mesh point, Jonathan Allen says, all right, take that mesh point and I'll eat it.
He is just having a sensational year.
He is, but not strategically blocking him is not a good strategy.
I don't think so either. On 2nd and 12, here's Franklin.
Great protection.
Deep down the middle, he's got a man open. Caught. Eli Stove.
Great protection. Number 1. Franklin had time. Here's the matchup. Safeties are in the middle of the field, but not deep. Hootie Jones, number 6, sniffing out the crossing route. And a big play finally hit by Auburn.
56 yards. And they try the right guard by tackle spot with Cameron Petway. Let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern, Marlon Humphrey is dealing with a right leg injury. He was in the medical tent for about 10 minutes. His right leg is taped up. He's trying to ride the bike so he can get back in this game. Questionable to return.
All right, Allie, thank you.
It happened on the long, incomplete pass. Remember when he hobbled out? Watch the quick snap here by Auburn.
Franklin gets rid of it, incomplete. Boy, he was under pressure. Ryan Anderson almost got there.
I really think Auburn needs another weapon, and they're just going to have to live with Franklin's inaccuracies throwing. As you said, he's probably a better runner, but if he hits a couple passes, at least the rest of the Auburn offense has some potential. They must establish the running quarterback here. That's all they got.
3rd down, 8. How about this defensive effort by Alabama? This is only the 18th time a team has been inside the 20. There is the pass in the end zone, incomplete. Intended for Darius Slayton. Levi Wallace defending.
Auburn needs to take the field goal here. We're making a 15-point game, a 2-possession game. They have to take the field goal. Great coverage that time.
As you said, well, they'll just replace Tony Brown with another 5-star.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But now Marlon not here. Eddie Jackson's not in the game. Tony Brown's not in the game. Maurice Smith transferred. This was the worry by Nick Saban.
Carlson from 27. Perfect. Earlier this season, he kicked 6 field goals as Auburn defeated LSU. That cost Les Miles his job. (27-12) with 2:11 to go. Daniel Carlson, good from 27. He's now kicked 26 field goals for the year, most among the big boys.
A little bit of rough nerves on the Auburn sideline. Gus Malzahn and Rhett Lashley. Since we have cameras, we can catch them. They don't see you and I arguing up here. It's just as bad sometimes.
Oh, goodness. No, that was years ago.
Yes.
Oh. 11 years together for Gary and me. Or Darius Stewart.
Oh, nice play.
Sure was. That's Eli Stove, number 12. Okay.
Well, when things aren't working well, remember it's Gus Malzahn's offense. Resh Lashley is calling the plays, and he wasn't happy with the read and what happened. But what Resh Lashley turned back and say, no, he read it right.
They go back a few years. Gus Malzahn was Rhett Lashley's high school coach in Arkansas.
So it's one argument between the offensive coordinator for Auburn with the head coach and no arguments for the offensive coordinator on Alabama with the head coach.
Yeah.
Stay tuned if it gets close, though.
27-12 right now. First down 10. Damian Harris is back in. Play action. Into the left side. That's Trayvon Diggs.
Another good tackle.
Yep. Well, we mentioned the long relationship between Gus Malzahn. This was at Shiloh Christian High School in Springdale, Arkansas. On the left, the quarterback, Rhett Lashley. On the right, Gus Malzahn. Gus, so successful as a high school coach, and then served 1 year as the offensive coordinator with Houston Nutt at Arkansas. 2nd and 7. Damian Harris.
Well, those were good positive yards by Damian Harris, but it was edge defended by Auburn. They turned it in, and Harris got the maximum out of the play. You have to live with that if you're Auburn. You have to depend that you're going to make a tackle for a loss sooner or later because Alabama puts a lot of pressure on you.
Toss. Harris hit high. It appears he got enough for the first down.
And Trey Williams ran it down, but not soon enough. Remember we talked about the play before. He fell forward for another couple tough yards. It paid off on 3rd down for the first down.
Final 40 seconds. Quarter number 3. Stewart. Hurts. Runs it. Carl Lawson made the tackle.
Again, not a big play, but not a negative play. Carl Lawson matched up on the freshman Williams, throws him off, and makes the play. Good play by Carl Lawson. One of the ideas that Auburn felt they needed to have was Carl Lawson also becoming one of those players that Alabama had to account for with an extra blocker. Hasn't turned out.
That is the end of the 3rd quarter. 27-12. Alabama. We will return to Tuscaloosa right after this message. And a word from your local station.
Now it's kicking in. Pure adrenaline. I'm too tired. Pure adrenaline.
102,000 plus at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 81st Iron Bowl game, Auburn and Alabama. And as we begin the 4th, Crimson Tide have a 27-12 lead. Vern Lundquist, Gary Danielson, Ali LaForce, and our entire 75-person crew here at Bryant-Denny.
This has been the formation du jour tonight for Alabama. On balance to the right. Left tackle Cam Robinson is the only guy to the left side, and they've been doing the fast motion across all night.
2nd down 10.
Great.
Joshua Jacobs. Whoa, what a run.
Great cut in the hole by Joshua Jacobs. Another true freshman. He runs it right at Jonah Williams. The true freshman offensive tackle. Look at this cut. Wow.
26 yards off the block.
And we talked about the imbalance of the Alabama offense. They are in complete balance now. 31 runs, 31 passes.
And a flag
Auburn's
coming.
taking their first charge time out of the half.
And a timeout taken. (27-12). Timeout. Oh, Santa Claus.
And now it's time for our Geico game recap.
Senior Day here in Tuscaloosa. Nick Saban congratulating Jonathan Allen and his mother. Been a tough day for the Auburn offense. They did have one 56-yard pass, but that was about it. In the meantime, tough start for Jalen Hurts. Intercepted twice, but then he came back, as Gary said, this perfect throw to our Darius Stewart, a touchdown that seemed to have put this thing beyond reach. I'm not sure it's over yet.
No, two-possession game.
Okay.
But with this Alabama defense, Alabama's gone through two major holidays and not given up a touchdown. October 22nd, so we've had Halloween and now Thanksgiving. Nobody scored a touchdown. If they can keep this going and get to Christmas, it's going to be a great year for the Alabama defense.
It would be another national title soon after that. Well, they have been impressive. And Auburn, a team that started off 1-2, then won 6 in a row. But they really are offensively challenged.
Absolutely. They don't have the quarterback play. We said it, the formula forever against Alabama. Match them up front and have efficient quarterback play. Auburn can't complete passes. They can't get their running game going right now. They're just hoping they can keep it a 15-point game and get their offense out one more time.
First down, 10. Hurts back, pressure, finds a receiver, Joshua Jacobs.
Man, oh man.
Hello.
Every time we would talk to Nick Saban about his running backs, Damian Harris, Bo Scarborough, he would always say, Joshua Jacobs ain't bad either. Remember?
Oh, I do.
Watch him scoot. Gets it, screen pass. Alabama's always been a great screen pass team.
On first down, they'll test the middle. Joshua Jacobs. Let's check in quickly with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Vern. Devereaux Lawrence, one of Auburn's defensive linemen, is dealing with a right knee injury. He's been on the training table quite some time. He has ice on the right knee, and I just got word from the team that he will not return.
All right, thank you, Allie. Another senior for Auburn. Joshua Jacobs, here's Hurts back. Pulls up, lets it go, deep, overthrown, intentionally.
Big smile from Nick Saban right there. Nobody open, throw it away.
3rd and 10. By the way, the Saban family and his wonderful wife Terry is here with Nick's mom and close friends. Thanksgiving Day, they had family. There's Terry right in the middle. And how about this? She's saying, what are you doing down there?
Right. Just run the ball. She's been with Nick a lot.
Well, the Thanksgiving celebration, they had 17 players inside. No, that's
a little shovel pass again. Trying to get the ball to O.J. Howard. Middle linebacker Sean Davis blew the play up. They were pulling Cam Robinson from the left side, but Deshaun Davis smelled it and blew it up before it could get started.
So Adam Griffith is going to come on 4th down and 12.
That's a big kick for the Alabama football team.
34 yards. Good snap. Whoa, did he? He did.
It hooked left, but he had it from 34. If it was 38, he might not have made it.
You're right. Timeout. Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Geico. Sonic. Garmin. And by Jared, the Galleria of Jewelry. Well, downtown Tuscaloosa, not far from the campus. And this is indeed a beautiful campus. And the aerial coverage today provided by Goodyear for 60 years. Goodyear has provided aerial coverage of college football's greatest traditions and biggest rivalries. Sweet Home, Alabama.
Adam Griffith to kick off.
Griffith will kick off. And Kerryon Johnson will take a lead, touchback. Well, we're going to move our crew over to Atlanta next week. Number 1 Alabama, 15th ranked Florida. This will be the 9th time these two teams have competed for the SEC title. Alabama versus Florida. It will begin with the Jeep College Football Special, followed by the Auto Trader College Football Today show. Well, the Auburn Stars, Gary, have been held in check today.
We talked about it at the beginning of the game that the quarterback needed help. The quarterback didn't do it by himself. Petway couldn't help him, and neither could Adams.
John Franklin. That's Eli Stove, number 12. Nice play. So they will hurry up. 12:35 to go. That's a gain of 30.
Alabama had a first down screen pass. Auburn comes back with the same call. Both successful.
That running play. Kerryon Johnson. Go back to the previous play.
Remember, we thought Alabama ran a nice screen pass. That's how you do it. One guy miss, get into the secondary, and make a big play.
Well, it looks like Christmas here, doesn't it?
The lights are on.
Isn't that great? How'd they do this before cell phones? Kerryon Johnson out of the Wildcat.
The Wildcat has not been wild tonight. That Auburn offensive line, effective against a lot of teams, has not gotten any push up front. Alabama is getting stalemates at the worst.
Third and 2.
Receivers will break first, and then a quick turnaround by the offensive line.
See the conversion rate for Auburn. 1 of 10. The toss right. I believe he got it. Cameron Petway.
Break the huddle quick, force Alabama to shift quickly, and get the corner.
First down 10.
Alabama built a fence on that one.
Did they ever?
Yes.
I was just watching Tim Williams. Boy, he held his ground, forced him inside.
Absolutely.
Dalvin Tomlinson made the tackle.
Everybody stones their man up front, peeks around him, and then Tomlinson comes off and makes the play.
Second down, 9, 10:35 to go. It will be third down. That's Cameron Petway.
Now with this being an 18-point game, with this amount of time, does Gus Malzahn tell Rhett Lashley that you got 2 more downs to pick up the first down? Whole different call if you know you have 2 opportunities.
Up the middle. No, now it's fourth down. Sean Dion Hamilton made that stop.
Yeah, we haven't mentioned Reuben Foster or Sean Dion Hamilton much tonight, but these guys are lurking. A lot of times they don't have the opportunity to make the tackle because the guys up front get them.
Yep. 3. Chandler Cox, number 27. Wildcat again.
11 men by Alabama within 3 yards of the line of scrimmage. Will they go deep?
Cox fires it. Intercepted. Sean Dion Hamilton.
You can't blame a guy for getting an interception. Great coverage. Would have been easy to knock it down, but your instincts are to grab it. Everybody was up, and Alabama not fooled.
Well, let's take another look at Sean Dion Hamilton with the interception. Go back a few years, and these are the Montgomery Saints in 2007. And on the left, Sean Dion Hamilton. On the right, leading rusher in the SEC, though held in check tonight, Cameron Petway. The relationships go deep among players for these teams, as most of them competed, knew each other in high school, and then declared, as one does in this state, you are either Auburn or you are Alabama, and it's a lifetime choice. First down 10. Nothing doing here. Scarborough. Deshaun Davis.
Deshaun Davis again blows up the play. He's blitzing now, trying to make something happen. There's Lawrence, as Allie told you. The ice isn't going to help that. Apparently it was more than a sprained ankle.
Yeah.
Twisted knee.
Loss of 2, second down and 12. Left side.
Hey, Vern, I saw a great tweet the other day.
Yes.
Sometimes I look.
I missed it.
It was a Bama fan, and he said, best ever or second best ever? Roll Tide.
Gee, I wonder who he had in mind in that paragraph. Well, Nick Saban came here, had a tough first year in 2007, but boy, he righted the ship in 2008. And he's left a lot of dust in people's faces ever since then. Third down and 9. Whoa! My gosh.
Bo Scarborough.
Yeah, there you go. First down at the 21.
Close your eyes, shuffle the deck, grab a card. It's usually an ace, and this time Bo Scarborough ran over Deshaun. Sean Davis has been making a lot of plays, but that time the Alabama player, and that's going to eat up another 2 minutes off the clock.
Sure.
And Nick Saban is going to continue this tremendous 9-year run. He's been #1 for 9 at some point in each of the last 9 seasons. Imagine that. Ranked #1. 4 times he was the national champ, 4 times SEC champ, 6 appearances in the SEC championship. That's a dynasty.
Let's go left, and Scarborough gets it again. You know, our friends in the SID office here, Jeff Purinton and Josh Maxson, were kind enough to count up the number of Alabama games. And they had the number at 78 Alabama games that I've televised over the years. And all of a sudden, I realized my first Iron Bowl game was in 1981. And Bear Bryant was at Legion Field.
Sideline?
I was the sideline guy with Keith Jackson and Frank Broyles. And the whole idea was, if Bear won, it would be number 315, and he would surpass Amos Alonzo Stagg, all-time winningest coach.
There's a lot of argument about the best coach and second best, but he's in the conversation.
Oh my gosh. So here's the he wins, and by design, I'm told, go under the north end zone stands at Legion Field. get the camera guy ready. Bear knows he's going to come to you for the interview. So I said, Chuck Howard, our producer, I'm here. He said, is your camera guy there? And I said, yes, he is. Well, why can't I see you? Well, it could be because there are no lights. He said, well, where are the... I said, Chuck, oh, by the way, here comes Bear. And we heard Bear moving with the entourage. And I said, Chuck, Bear's here. Where are the lights? There are no lights. We did the interview. To this day, no one has ever seen it. They heard it, but we had no lights.
Well, it's almost lights out here tonight.
Yeah, it is.
Came into the game, defensive coordinator Kevin Steele said 3-13. It's been a quiet night for number 3, but number 13's done about all. Catching, throwing, and making touchdowns. And waving his hands when he's open, waving his hands when he should have had the ball thrown to him.
Try me. First down, 36.
Big guys are in again. Allen and Payne.
That is an elephant package. Gee whiz. Okay. Well, before the game, there's Eli Gold. He has become, over the years, a dear friend. And I have been mistaken for him on many, many occasions. Now, I say he's a large economy-sized version of me. And he came by the booth a while ago. He's just a wonderful guy. And he had some gifts. Listen to me, I'm losing my voice. Hurts. Oh, nice
I think we have a picture of the gifts that
he
brought. Yeah, I think we do. There it is.
Now on the left, there's your...
There's Vern on the left, Eli on the right, and you got to check which one.
And that is a slimmed down Eli Gold. He's lost 30 pounds. And more than once I've been mistaken for Eli. And Eli, we love you.
You got it.
And I said to a fellow one night while we were paying the bill and walking out of the restaurant downtown Tuscaloosa, the fellow said, Eli, I just think you do a wonderful job. And I said, finally, but I'm not Eli. He looked at me and he said, well, you should be. Calvin Ridley.
Making first downs, grinding out the clock, going obviously to Atlanta with a victory. And I think now, even if they get upset by Florida in the championship, they're going to be picked by the committee. They're going to be in. They're one of the teams.
Yeah. The Napa play of the game presented by Napa Auto Parts. And it's first down 10. Ridley. Well, these two teams, there's Saban and Jim McElwain. They've met 9 times. Each school winning 4 of the head-to-head. This will be the 9th. Florida has a record of 7 SEC titles. We look forward to that.
Yeah, you know, there's no shy players playing for Alabama. They show up. We saw that when they went in and beat LSU with that goal line stand. Could they knock off Florida State and stay alive and roll into Atlanta with an opportunity? We'll see.
Drop play. Joshua Jacobs. 2:18 to go. Well, these are the kind of things you can mention when you've got a game like this, but it has been a Hall of Fame day for people coming in to say hello to you and me. Leroy Jordan, one of the all-time great players in Alabama history, joined Joe Namath in the booth next to us with the AD Bill Battle. And Scott Hunter, who was a great player here at quarterback. Scott came by when CBS got college football, got back into it In 1982, Scott Hunter was one of the original 8 guys who made up the play-by-play list, 4 of us, and the analyst, 4 of us. And he worked with the wonderful Lindsey Nelson for 2 years. So Hurts.
The only thing that could possibly go wrong if he gets Hurts.
Yes.
Does not want to get Hurts now.
It was right there for you, wasn't
Yes, it was.
And the Jeep postgame show coming up.
4th and inches, and the big guys will come in.
Yep. None of whom is quite as big as William Refrigerator Perry. Close. 4th and 1. Bo Scarborough.
So Alabama goes back to being a little bit more Alabama. They rushed for 69 yards in the first half, 136 yards in the second half. They really can attack in almost any way they desire.
And this has been nearly an 8-minute possession. Yeah, I know what you mean. But to your credit, you stuck it out. Scarborough. That's his 17th carry of the ball game.
I doubt that Auburn would even take a timeout. Alabama could probably take a knee if they wanted to.
Clock now 35 seconds. O.J. Howard, one of the seniors.
Remember, he came back. He could have gone in the draft. Jonathan Allen could have gone in the draft. They came back for this season to put another championship higher.
10 seconds. Hurts does not get Hurts. Alabama wins the 81st Iron Bowl by a convincing 30-12 count. It was 10-9 at one point. 13-9 at the break. And let's go down to Allie LaForce, who was with Nick Saban.
Coach, when we spoke at halftime, you were not happy with that first half performance. How about the way they responded in the second half?
Well, I thought we played a lot better offensively in the second half. We really controlled the tempo of the game in the second half on offense. So, you know, Jalen did a really good job in the second half, and we did a better job of executing. That's what I told him at halftime, guys. Forget everything and just go out there and execute.
It worked. Alabama hasn't beaten Auburn 3 consecutive years since 1992. What does that say about the toughness of this team and specifically the senior class?
Well, I'm really proud of our players. We've got a great senior class. We've had great leadership here. We've had a lot of good players here over the last 10 years, and I appreciate them all, but I especially appreciate these guys.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
One of those seniors is Jonathan Allen, standing by me right now. Jonathan, your last game in Bryant-Denny Stadium, as you look around, you could have went to the NFL. You stayed. What will you remember most about this team and this place?
Most I remember about this team is my teammates. I mean, all of these Bills, these are my family. The best fans in America. I just want to say thank you for all the support they've shown me and this university, which is a great place to play.
Congratulations, Jonathan. Good luck in the SEC
Thank
championship.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Vern.
Jalen Hurts, the freshman quarterback. 30-12, the final. We will return to Bryant-Denny in Tuscaloosa right after these messages. 30-12, the final here. Time now for the Napa play of the game. And this will not surprise you at all. This beautiful pass from Jalen Hurts to our Darius Stewart, who tiptoed down the sidelines for a touchdown, the Napa play of the game. Let's listen to the call of Alabama announcer Eli Gold.
Gets the snap. Rolls right, looks, finds a man, throws, first down. Stewart gets free. Ardarius to the 10, to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Alabama. 38 yards. Yes, indeed.
Well, a full crowd, full house here at Bryant-Denny. If you're an Alabama fan, you love this afternoon. Thanks to our crew here in the booth, our stage manager, Amanda Stork, our spotter, Dave Bolton and Butch Baird, our statistician, Chuck Gardner, and a spouse, Nancy. For Gary Danielson and Allie LaForce, Vern Lundquist saying so long from Tuscaloosa. The Jeep postgame show is up next after these messages.